Hello, amazing people, and how are you on this wonderful and incredible day? Welcome to the Mindset Alchemy podcast. I'm Janine, your host, and I'm delighted to be here. Well, today we're going to be chatting about something called self-love and energy. In fact, we're just going to be chatting. For me, it was a very intriguing concept to discover that so many of us look for love outside of ourselves. We either look for it in food, we look for it in attention, we look for it in so many ways. I'm a firm believer as well in the 5 love languages of acts of service, time, touch, words of affirmation, and gifts. I've seen it save relationships, help parents with children, and even in business, it has a phenomenal, incredible place. What I've also seen is until we are able to love ourselves and fit into a worthiness of self, getting into the energy of who we are, who we can be, and we start honoring and celebrating ourselves, it is very difficult to receive love from somebody else, even if they are giving it to us in the form of our specific love language and the way that we can receive it. Now, interestingly enough, I was talking to somebody and they were saying, yes, but I give love like this and this and this and this and this. And I was thinking back to the days when I would always be doing, because one of my love languages is tasks. So I would do to say I love you. Meanwhile, the majority of my family would have been far happier if I had stopped doing less and just looked at them in the eyes and spent time with them, because their love languages were time. And because I was so busy, I couldn't meet their love language of words of affirmation. Added to this, children are sponges. They just take all the love they can get any way they can get. When I look back at my children, I can see where I could have improved. The bottom line is I can't go back. What I can do is help people, parents, and ways going forward to understand how to love ourselves. First of all, we get to like ourselves. First, then we get to accept that we have a shadow side as well as a light side, and that just because we may not like other people to see that side of ourselves, it's just as valuable for what we get to do, because it gives us a language, a way of being, and an understanding of what is there for us to move forward with. If you have no idea of what shadow sides are, I have done several other podcasts on it, or you can reach out and we can set up a time to chat about it. Shadow sides normally pop up around new moon. When you start getting irritable or you start finding things you don't like, go and check in for a shadow side. Other ways we get to learn to love ourselves is go and explore what your core values truly are, what your environmental values are, and where you're in alignment with them. Because as we do this, we then start working with what aligns with us, and then we can like ourselves because we are far more in vibrational. The word equity is coming to mind. We're much more in vibrational alignment with ourselves. And as we come into this vibrational alignment, we get to begin doing things that make us say, oh, I can do this. I am able to achieve this. And I don't have a heavy feeling about it. The other way of getting into self-love is self-care. Where can you take time to rest? Where can you take time just for yourself? Where can you make time to meditate, get into stillness, and to check in with yourself? This is a very valuable component of self-love. What are you doing that you dislike? Is it very important for you to carry on doing it? Where can you shift your thinking pattern around it? Where can you let go of other people's beliefs around it? Because when we get into that pattern of criticizing, condemning, comparing, and complaining, we normally are working with other people's points of view and not our own. We are very much here to be happy, to be content, and to love ourselves. Now, I don't know about you, but when I grew up, this was disparaged, put down, and really not encouraged. We were told, who do you think you are? What do you think you're doing? Who made you queen or king? The bottom line is people are projecting their inadequacies and their fears onto us, especially our parents, because that's how they grew up. Let's love them, let's forgive them, and let's move beyond their limitations. I love the way Louise Hay puts that. And for me, it really was a great, great move forward towards self-love. Also accepting that I am not like some of the beautiful models and those people. I am me, and it's to work with who I am and see where I can improve, where I can expand, and where I can let go of distraction and constriction and contraction, that I begin to love myself in a much, much deeper way. It's in exploring what our gifts are and working with our gifts rather than denying them and despising them. Because very often what we think we can do, many others can't. And when we come to acknowledge this, wow, for me, for many years, I didn't know I was a healer. I had no understanding of what psychic gifts are. I really didn't even know what being intuitive was all about. And guess what? I got to do all of them. And because I didn't know what I was doing, I sometimes, well, very often got into a lot of trouble doing them and offering them. Also, because in the human design, I am a projector, I would very, very often give unasked for advice and guidance. Having come to learn about myself, I'm able to love myself more because I don't step into situations that are not loving. And through this, we are able to understand, is this loving in this situation? Is it loving for myself? Is it loving for the other person? And where can I create space for it to be more loving? Get into the question, get curious about what self-love is for you. Go and explore it and enjoy it. Reach out to me. You can find me on social media under Janine Kathleen with a K, and let's connect. Alternatively, you can come and find me in my group, Conscious Entrepreneurs, Creating Awareness for Greater Success, because people's success is different for everyone. Success feels, looks, and is different. And our success is also dependent on how we love ourselves and how we are able to accept it. Have a grand, glorious, and beautiful day. Oh, and if you know anybody who would like to know more about self-love, about working with their emotions and becoming master of their emotions, or just plain learning how to own their own power, please send them my way. Have a grand day. Bye-bye.